Okay, people, we're back again for another episode of Spirit World. You got myself, Spiritual, and you got my daughter and my co-host, Luna. Give it up for Luna. Yay! Yay! It's okay, that's it. Luna's tired now because it's late. So, it's late. Okay. So, I've got a special guest tonight. An extra special guest. This is someone who I've been a friend with since, since I've come to London anyway. My first ever gig in London was Subterranean, West London. And when I first moved to London, I didn't really know anybody that much. And I met this person, and this person I thought, wow, amazing musician, person. We actually connected through working with the same guitarist at the gig. Big up to Noel McCoy, by the way, you organised the gig called Dutch Part. And this person, we just connected on a level musically, and I felt like we're just the same kind of person. And this person, I realised that multi-instrumentalist, DJ, soul singer, I mean, the list goes on, making films, legend. I'm talking about Atlas Corsini. Give it up for Atlas Corsini.
It's a lovely introduction there, Spiritual.
Was that emotional enough? I brought tears to my eyes.
Very moving introduction
That was
there.
Titanic.
It's like, yo, this is your life, man.
Yeah, the theme tune's going to kick in.
You bring out the fire. You bring out the fire in me. You bring out the fire. You bring out the fire in me.
I had your first demo, then you gave me. I've still got it actually.
No, yeah.
And from there, I thought, wow, the talent there was already relevant. I mean, it was already evident in terms of like, I knew you had history. It wasn't like I could tell you wasn't just someone.
Got history. He's making me sound dodgy. Yeah, I know you've got history, mate.
Yeah, history of music intense, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And recently, I had to do some research on you because it's weird because when you've been friends with somebody for like almost 20 years.
Mind your drink there.
When you've been friends with someone for almost 20 years, you think you actually know them all the time, but then when you got a magazine? Which one? You don't need a titin. Okay, titin is a French word for dummy. For dummy,
Okay,
you know what I mean?
okay.
Yeah. You don't need a titin because you're a big girl now. Yeah. Okay.
And the
Train of thought.
I mean, and the cat's like, right.
Keep me on my train of thoughts, man. Keep me on my train of thoughts.
Thank you. That's very.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Keep me. Look.
Yeah, Peanuts. I like Peanuts. I watched something really interesting about Peanuts. You know the bit where they're all in the class and the teacher's banging on, and it's like a trombone sound, so no one's really listening to the teacher. I think it's Wynton Marsalis who was the trumpeter, and he was showing how he did that. You know what I mean? How he tried to make it sound really boring. How do you make a trumpet or trombone or whatever? It was sound really boring.
So Wynton Marsalis is a jazz artist for those who don't know. You know what I mean? You got to sometimes educate some of these people in the room.
Got a new fan.
Atlas, don't overestimate the people in the room.
I'm sorry. I thought I was being pleasant and charming.
Yeah, but that's something that when I used to go to your house, we always used to talk about music. The connections we had was like The Doors, Jimi Hendrix, funk, soul, even like Cuban or Afro beats and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I was coming from a hip hop background. I mean, you was the first person to actually call me punk, actually. You know what I mean?
Oh, I called you a punk?
Yeah, but...
That's not a good start to a friendship, is it?
Not in a negative term for
You're
once.
a punk.
Usually you're a punk. It was more like because you heard some of my songs and... Actually, where's Kane? Oh, yeah, Kane over there. Yeah, I mean, there's a song that... what's the name of that track?
Which one?
The track. Dance Outer Space.
Dancing in Outer Space.
Yeah, that's right, Dancing Outer Space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I sampled that track and I had a track on there that was hip hop, and you was like, "Oh, this is punk." Right?
Yeah.
Okay, Revelation. That track, the beats. You about do.
Yeah, I know that. But yeah.
His dad produced that track.
Oh, really? Yeah. Did you hear him making it like in a
Nah,
front room?
I didn't know him then.
Dad, are you okay?
I didn't know him then.
You kind of changed the vibe. But that's not what you're going for, you know. Like
This
2
is
years
not what
old,
we was
it's not
expecting.
working for you, you know.
This is not what we was expecting. But say, them kind of tracks there, they kind of remind me of you as well, because I know you're from that London time when I was in London, when the soul scene.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to kind of capture that time for you, because when I see it from like my perspective, I knew the Misha Parises, I knew the Omar, and my older sister. She was very much on that, and I saw Loose Ends came to Wolverhampton, but I didn't come to London for that. But I knew about it.
Yeah,
so I used to go
right.
to Rare Groove Nights and stuff in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Power Hours from that generation. So, what was that scene like in London? What was you doing at that time? Because
I was for the first part of it. I was DJing really because I sort of my first introduction to sort of going out really was the raves and where your mate called you and said we're going to a field. I said, well, that's nice. What's going to happen in the field? Do you know what I mean? It sounds a bit sinister. No, there's going to be a party there with people and like a sound. Like, right, well, where's the field? We don't. That's the thing. We don't actually know. It's like, well, how are we getting to the field? And that was the whole. And that's before mobiles and all that time. So it was just a thing where you're like, there's a party off the M1 somewhere. And then you just end up driving around looking for other people that look like they might be going to the same party. And
is this raves?
The raves, it was the whole. That just that.
You're talking like acid.
Sort of acid house kind of early techno kind of.
Yeah, because I remember that, but I wasn't kind of going to that then. I was into the music and I used to go to stuff in Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually go to the illegal rave ones. I think I was a bit
Yeah, no, I went to the illegal ones. Yeah, I did go to those,
Yeah.
Where it's like some farmer saying, I haven't given you permission to do this.
So-
You do know that, don't you? And the sheep's like
Exactly.
keep me out of it. What happens at a rave stays at a rave. You're like, you're a sheep. Why are you saying this to me? It's making me feel uncomfortable, you know?
So
I went off on a tangent then.
DJing at this, or just
Well, that was the first time I was sort of exposed to sort of music on very loudly. Actually, yeah, because you had they'd have
Exactly,
12
yeah.
speakers, you know, and it's like each speaker did something different. I was like, well, why have they got 12? What's wrong with one big one? So, well, no, you've got the bass ones and the okay, so there's another set of layers, and so you know. But then I was into like funk and jazz really. So,
But what made you
But I
interested? What made you from the beginning, in the sense like? What made you interested in even a lot of people interested in music. What made you interested in doing music and pursuing it and thinking, well, let me try this. Let me try an instrument or something, because not everybody does that.
yeah.
Not in my world. I mean, not everybody. picks up an instrument
Well, I don't know.
and commits to
After
it.
DJing for a bit of a time,
So what was first, DJing or instruments?
DJing was, well, actually instruments were first. Like when I was a kid, I had piano lessons and shit like that. And at school, I played the drums and things like that. So I kind of had my hands at different instruments. My dad was a musician as well, so sort of around it. And you just, but then the whole DJing thing, that was I liked the sound of these tunes on the speakers, and that was part of what. Basically, you had a field with 2,000 strangers that go to this place where they don't even know where it is to hear this music loudly on those speakers.
And you were a teenager at this time.
Yeah, I was like 16, 17, 18 that time. You're trying to get me to give away my age.
No,
I just want to come here and style it out. He's like, so you're a teenager then?
Listen, man. Listen. We're not appealing to the Justin Bieber crowd here. You know what I'm saying? If they don't dig us, they don't dig us. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? You know what I'm saying?
No, it's like, yeah, but for me, after DJing for about a couple of years, I was like, well, actually, I want to learn how to make that tune that the DJ plays, that people dance to. It's like another, so
was
I
it-
just instruments really. It was bass.
So what about your
'Cause
friends? Your friends that around you at the time, were they thinking the same thing, or were they just, or did you go in a different direction to them now?
I think I went in a different direction. Everyone was kind of creative, but I think it's that point of where you know you're creative and you could maybe try your hand at something. But then when you're serious about it, you actually have to practice it to get good at it. If you're gonna be serious about it, you can't just sort of go, I kind of do it.
But what were the obstacles
but-
in the way of that? Like, you got money issues, you got work, you got other friends that try to get you to other things. You've got other things that stop you from doing that in London at the time. I mean, was it that easy just to pick up an instrument?
Yeah,
learn
for
this,
me
commit
it
yourself
was.
to it,
Yeah,
and
no,
do it?
for me it was.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mate, I had a mate that I used to DJ with, and we went back to his flat as we used to loads of times after we'd been working together. Because that lifestyle is you don't go home, I'm going to go to bed now, it's 3.
exactly.
You're not going to bed at 3. At 5, maybe. Depending on who's around, maybe 7, 8, whatever. But no, it's just, he had a bass, and I said, do you play it? He said, no, I don't. I said, well, can I borrow it? He said, yeah, you can borrow it. I haven't picked it up, someone gave it to me. And then I just learned how to play just like bass lines that I liked from tunes that I liked.
And why, and why the bass? Because sometimes I think a lot of people go for the glamour of being a guitarist, and I think a bass player is usually somebody who's usually
The
the
bass
calm
player-
person in the band. Would you say you're the calm person in the band? So why would you say the bass was the
No.
thing that
I don't know. It's the bass line. People remember bass lines to tunes.
Yeah.
Like when you go up them days where you go to the shop and there's a tune and it goes like, it's like, Is that you were singing to the guy in the shop? But that's what
yeah,
you did.
yeah,
you
yeah,
sang it to
yeah,
the guy in the
yeah,
shop.
yeah, yeah.
There was no
I can
Shazam
vouch
or
for
whatever
that.
where you could. You had to sing the tune and he'd go, I don't know about that tune, mate.
Yeah, I can vouch for
You
that.
know, because you might have heard it in an alternate state or
I
whatever.
can vouch for that because my dad,
You know,
used to,
it's
my dad
like-
used to be like, he was a DJ, so he used to send me
Yeah.
to the shops and he didn't know what
Yeah.
the lyrics were.
Yeah.
Just that sound that got boo 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 boo. I had to go to the shop and say, we're talking about big man in the shop, you know, big yard man, you know. I'm walking with my little skinny self. Have you got that song? Which one? Sing it to me. The one that go boom 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 boom. Yeah, mate, trust me, it's not cute.
But then you got the tune, didn't you? Really?
Nah.
No. All right, well that's unfortunate.
They were like,
No, that's not good. Okay, no, that's not good. That's not good.
But okay, so.
But
DJ
that was the crossover for me from like DJing to actually wanting to learn how to play something instrumental. Luna, what's happened?
What's happened? Adventure.
Is there an adventure?
Show me look.
It's a sword.
We found out the problem is John is trying to steal Luna's sword. John. What should we do to John? What should we do to him?
Is that you going on? You lot are turning it into something medieval. What's going on in the corner there?
What should we do to John? Will be answers on the comments. The most creative answer will win a trip to the Bahamas.
That you have to pay for yourself.
Whether or not, 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 whether or not.
Back in your household as a child, beginning, what was your first introduction to music in terms of like music growing up? Like, because was it just the radio stuff, or were your parents musical?
Yeah, my dad was a musician, so you heard music. You know, he was into his funk and his soul, really. You know, so
So he played instruments.
yeah, he was a guitarist.
Okay.
Yeah, he played guitar in a lot of bands, sort of more rhythm and blues kind of soul that sort of live. But they were performers back then. It was a very different.
Where's your dad from?
He's from Zimbabwe, a place called Zimbabwe. Yeah,
Go on.
yeah, Shona, you know. So, but so there's a lot of musical stuff around there. But just I mean, I think what's interesting is like because he was into his soul and that, and at that time a lot of people that were into soul weren't into reggae.
Yeah,
And you had the whole sort of African Caribbean divide thing as well among people. Talk about old school now. It's a bit different.
we had that. So I remember that.
There was a little bit of that kind of, we're not playing reggae music in this house because we don't like those people, do we? I was like, really? Well, why is that then, Dad?
Them
Shut
natty
up.
dread them.
You're a child, shut up. Children don't speak. It's like, well, I was just actually asking a question I'd like an answer to. Or... So, but then so I got introduced to reggae and those kind of things a bit later on, you know. But yeah, the early influences are jazz and funk, really. You know, and then in terms of going out, the whole sort of early rave kind of house music, garage kind of, and then just then instruments after that, really, you know.
Yeah.
Studied jazz at a place called Weekend Arts College, with some very fine musicians there.
I saw that on the Google, but I was googling you. I had to Google you. It's weird googling your friends.
Did you Google me? Am I on Google?
It's weird googling. Yeah.
Am I on Google? Am I on Google?
Yeah, you're Googleable. You're Googleable.
Am I Googleable?
Is that word? Googleable.
Yeah.
You're Googleable.
Googleable, yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking for like some of the stuff, and that's when I discovered like some of your songs that I haven't.
Well, you haven't heard some of them, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we're gonna get to that in a bit, but first of all, I mean, we've got instruments, we've got DJs. When did you discover? Okay, I can sing, and from that to I can really sing as opposed to I can embarrass myself because my friend said I can sing.
Yeah, I think I'm entertaining, but really they're taking the piss out of me behind my back going, it's quite
The X Factor first round.
Not good, but... No, I suppose, like with the singing, I had a friend that went to Weekend Arts College and she was like learning how to play the sax and she got really good and I thought, she's going to this place like once a week, she's getting really good, maybe I could get really good at something, you know, so I auditioned a couple of times and then second time I got in to play bass, do jazz bass, and and I stayed there for 5 years doing that, which was really good.
Where was it?
90s now, innit?
That's it.
Yeah, the 90s, yeah, early part of the 90s.
Yeah, man. That's the time where it was like
So, yeah.
deep into hip hop. I mean,
Yeah, but there was a very good, like the whole kind of soul scene was a bit, it was more prominent then than it is now, you know, it's like now a bit more, well, everyone's older now, so not everyone goes out, you know what I mean, but...
Yeah, but do you think there's a resurgence in a sense with soul in the sense because there's people now like what's that guy it was like James Brown. There's like a guy Clark. There's a guy who was like James Brown. No, not Guy Clark Jr. There's another guy. You know what I mean? I play him a lot. You know what I mean?
Kent Clark.
Charles Bradley.
Clark Kent.
Charles Bradley. Yeah, I mean, check out.
That's a
Charles
cartoon
Bradley.
character, something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he died recently.
Superman.
But he
Spider-Man.
But
No.
you ever heard of Charles Bradley?
I haven't.
Oh, just
not
with
gonna
Charles
lie.
Bradley. It's like James Brown, but he only got discovered like really late in his Look at that.
She's making a meal, look.
Gentle, please. Gentle.
Luna's like, the oven is getting on my nerves,
Do I
man.
have to go there? Gentle, please.
Is that a process?
Wherever I go, and whatever I do, I find a way to bring me out of the pity pool. Wherever I go, and whatever I do, I find a way to bring me out of the pity pool. There is a way that a lover can play. Show you the way to drag me out of this feeling blue. Drag me out of this.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about Charles Bradley, who died recently. Yeah, I mean, rest in peace, Charles Bradley. He died. He basically found his fame late in life. I'm sure he was in his 60s, but he sounded like James Brown. He was almost like the next James Brown, but then had a few years, and his albums are wicked. You know what I mean? But I think there's a resurgence in that kind of sound. Even like you've got CeeLo Brown, you've got even like new neo soul artists who.
Yeah.
The new artists who kind of sometimes got like a bit hip hop beat, but they still got the soul, the
Yeah.
authentic soulness in them. That's
Yeah.
bringing back the old school, which I think is a resurgence in a sense.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you
definitely.
think?
Yeah, I mean, I think with all the genres there is, because you got a generation of people that don't know that music,
Yeah.
essentially. And if you're old enough, you remember the first time, you start like, yeah, we remember that music, babes, it's happened already. If you're old
Yeah,
enough to remember.
yeah.
It's cycles, yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's cycles. But what's nice is that each cycle, obviously the technology and the time and people's thinking has changed, so how they drop it is a little bit different from the last time. So that's what
Yeah,
keeps it
Yeah.
evolving, you know, and yeah.
So at the time now with music, how do you feel? Do you think we're in an Elvis state in music, or do you think it's...
I think there's a lot of good music being made everywhere all the time, really. But it's like the technology that's available to us is different now, and also people aren't buying music.
Yeah, I know.
They're
that's
just
the
not
thing.
buying music. Why are you going to buy it when you can listen to it on YouTube?
Or
free?
just download it free.
Or download it, or whatever, you know. So that's the biggest challenge I think for music. It's like how we get paid has to kind of change, because it's, you know.
But you've always been a good live artist, and you've always been a prominent live artist, and you've performed abroad as well, and you've done the Glastonbury, you've done things like that. So I think, is that where you think it is now? It's all about live. That's where you make your money.
Yeah,
now,
the money's
is performing.
more live. Yeah, realistically, if you go on the road for like 6 months, a year, whatever it is,
Yeah.
you can make money through merchandise as well as getting paid to tour.
Exactly.
And that's
I mean,
paying you more than, like, because like I say, no one's consuming music. If you can
Yeah.
get it for free, you're gonna get it for free. That's,
I mean, I went to
so-
the Round Eagle concert the other day, and that was the best idea. I thought, wow. And you guys, you remember when there was like a lineup? What do you call this afterwards? But after the meet and greets,
Yeah.
for 2 seconds, there was artists paying, like, charging £10 to meet and greet them. You know what I'm saying? But you go there, you meet, you get a photo, and you get the album. So they've sold the album for 10, without you
Yeah.
actually wanting to buy the album on CD, because you haven't got a
Yeah.
CD player.
It makes sense if you get an
But
album.
yeah, you got album, yeah. No, you got album and the photo, which was cool.
Fair enough.
And so it got well. So
how long is the
it's a way
meet and
It's a
greet
way of
then?
selling. It's quick because there's a line, but it's a way of selling an album
Yeah.
Yeah,
without just meeting and greeting. But I thought, wow, is that how people do it? So you have to market yourself now as an artist sometimes differently if you want to get paid. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
of course,
it's crazy.
yeah,
It's
it's,
good.
Yeah, it's just different. The whole, it's not. I don't think we can compare it to even what it was 10 years ago, because everything has changed so much. people have changed. You know how they want to get things done have changed, and you know you can get your track mastered online. You can do a whole. Can I see the tablet? Do you know what? I don't know where the tablet was. You do have
Does
it.
anyone? Amina's got the tablet.
I think Amina's got a tablet. Luna. I think she has. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting because all of it's just changed. So I think just like.
So how do you fit in? How do you fit into this modern technology?
I don't know.
This
Honestly, I just don't know.
Analog world and digital
No, I don't know.
world.
You can get lost in these. You can get lost in Instagram and Facebook. All these things that like I just want to make music. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and you can get now. You have to do so many things
to make music to promote stuff.
Yeah, you have to do so many things. It's like even though on one hand it's great because it's made the whole sort of digital platform open to anyone who makes music to upload it and sell it.
Yeah.
That's great. You can do that, but then how do you if you're not going to go on the road if you want to do
if you're not performing.
Now
you
if you're
have
not
to be
performing,
everything.
you can't make money from it basically.
It's like that. It's like
That's-
it's like now you have to be a performer. You have to be an editor. You have to
have to
be
be
a
everything.
cameraman. You have to
be everything.
a social networker. You have to be everything.
Yeah,
to
you have to be everything. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a double-edged sword because the one side of it is that there's so much technology available to us, and then the other side is like
Elvis Presley just had to sing. You have to do nothing else. You know what I mean? He never had to like Snapchat while he's doing this morning.
I love it. What would Elvis Snapchat? Would he do that silly thing where he had like the ears where he looked like a rabbit, or I don't know what would his choice be? You know?
Maybe the ending.
You know? Yeah, it's changed. It's changed. It's just it's changed. You know, for me, it's changed. But right. So yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to some of your songs. I mean, I recently heard some songs that really blow my mind, actually.
That's nice.
You know what I mean? And I'll get to two of them. First one's Because. I like Because it's kind of very mature. You know what I mean? It's got that funk, it's got that soul.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it kicks in with that. You bring out that fire. You bring out that fire. I'm like, yo, this is groovy.
Yeah,
I can imagine this live.
the
I can
Afro-Cuban.
imagine this.
Yeah.
I can imagine this at a festival. This is a festival track. Have you performed this yet?
Yeah, I've performed that lots. That track. Yeah, so it's a little Afro-Cuban.
I love that track.
Yeah, it's a nice track. I like Brazilian music. I like
What kind of response have you got from that track live?
Live great, and also it sold in South America quite a lot, which I thought was quite interesting. Yeah, I didn't expect it to happen.
What?
So I think I was being authentic.
Yeah.
If I don't speak and I go to other countries, I could be mistaken for being Cuban or South American or something like that, and that's okay. Or Puerto Rican maybe. But then you speak and they're like, "You're from London, mate." So I never said I wasn't. I'm starting for you. Know what I mean? No, so yeah, I like all kind of music. Yeah, I love Afro-Cuban percussion and stuff like that, and it's lovely. Brazilian. I like Brazilian music specifically. I like Brazilian funk actually. There's a lot of really nice Brazilian funk from the 70s.
So you're singing. When did you start singing?
I started when I was probably about maybe 18, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got into this weekend arts college that I was telling you about where I attended to play bass, and then they said, well, you actually have to do 2 classes. I was like, really? So I'm not doing mime, not wearing them silly gloves. You know what I mean? About
Be a tree.
And they tell you about Africa. You know them mash up little leotard thing, tie up. No, I'm not wearing that. I just want to come and do the class. Don't be wearing silly clothes now. You know what I mean? You know them ones? No, babes, and a little hat. What am I wearing a hat with a Google tip? No, babes, that's not good. The slippers, mate, and the little trousers, whatever. But
The rent-a-go stuff.
no, it's not having it. But and I thought, well, I'll try singing. So I just auditioned and got into singing. Yeah, so that was. But I didn't think I could sing. I wasn't interested in singing. But then I sort of got into it and learnt physically how to do it.
And by this time you was playing bass. So
Yeah, I was playing bass. Yeah, by ear. I didn't really know what I was playing. I was just like picking up tunes and just thinking, how does that go? And just trying to learn how to play it on the bass.
Well, since I've met you, I know that I've worked with you. You worked on. You produced 2 of the songs that was on my first album.
I did indeed, yeah.
Songs, Swan Song and Morning Beautiful. Actually,
Yeah, Morning
with,
Beautiful was a great track.
Yeah, with Mari from Japan.
I know, yeah.
So I mean, from then I realised that you're not just a producer or a singer. You're a multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah, I like
mean?
instruments. Yeah, I do.
And
Yeah.
The only people. I mean, from that time, I mean, I've been around like hip hop guys all the time and DJs, and no one who can really play instruments so much. Maybe someone who can maybe lick a few chords, but not someone who can play 2 instruments or 3 instruments and arrange and all that stuff. So I mean,
Yeah, but they played samplers and drum machines and things like that. This is what I'm saying. How it's the divide of they're musicians as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people mistake this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Because a
not
guy that can
denouncing
play
hip-hop.
like 5 instruments, he can't get on a drum machine and make something sound like how someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
But it's just a different
but
world. It's just because I'm from that world. I find the world because I've tried to. I mean, my first ever guitar, everybody. I mean, I've still got the guitar in that room actually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only guitar I've ever had in my life, I got from Atlas.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
very much,
right.
Yeah.
and it's a Spanish guitar, I might add.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was with nylon strings, you know.
I've only
So when it's all the flamenco, the sort of more Afro-Cuban
do you
stuff.
remember?
That's
Yeah.
what
Do you
you
remember
play.
how long you gave it to me? It was over 10 years, about 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's 15. I'd say 15
Yeah,
years
listen,
ago.
Yeah, I still can't play it.
You still got your original guitar that Atlas gave you?
Yeah.
It's in that room?
Yeah.
Go put it in the shop.
Go get it. Someone go get it.
Yeah, let's get it and burn it like
let's do this.
Keith Moon would, you know. Just throw it in the air and just go, well, I'm not leaving the club and my mate's on either. Hey, what do you think about that?
Yeah, basically, I remember getting this guitar from you. You gave me the guitar so I can learn it. I mean,
And you say you haven't. That's 15 years.
Nah.
Nah,
I
maybe it's not for you.
I remember you gave it to me. And I felt a bit pranged because because I'm walking down the road with it in my back with a guitar. And I'm thinking, I don't know how to play it. So I hope nobody comes up to me and says, "Can you play this guitar?" I look good at it now. At least that. But
Love it.
I couldn't play anything. And then I thought to myself, I turned my back, I want to just get on as quickly as possible before somebody tries to say to me, play something that I can't play. Because I don't think you gave me a case at the time.
Did I not?
No,
That's not very organised, is
yeah,
it?
exactly.
Here's a guitar,
I
mate.
can't remember.
Sorry
I
about
think,
the case, gotta go.
I think you just gave. I think you just gave me like this. I was walking down the road with this, and I was thinking, please don't ask me because it's embarrassing to have a guitar that you can't play. And then I thought to myself, somebody's gonna say, I think I looked good that day. I thought people were gonna say, are you a rock star? Are you a so and so? Are you a rock star? And someone come up to me and went, are you a busker? So that was my first experience of your guitar. Yeah. And since then, everyone else who's came here, I've had some like master guitarists who've came here who've jammed on this guitar since then. I should have got everyone.
Nice.
Even Shingy from the Noisettes have played with this guitar.
Really?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you're missing some strings. I don't know.
yeah,
what
because
happened there,
people who can play guitar are the ones that always and break
Just
the
noticed, I
strings.
was like,
Yeah, man.
so, yeah, I'm really good. You've got 2 strings missing, bro.
Yeah.
don't
So this
watch
is
that.
the
I've got
guitar.
next
Yeah, man.
style,
This
yeah,
is
man.
reunites. I mean, where did you get this guitar from?
I don't think I can remember where I got this actually. I've got no idea.
Make up a story that's gonna make me feel good. Like it came from some old Native American person who was on their deathbed and they gave it to you and says, "Just give me some Robert Johnson story." Or
The Robert Johnson story.
okay, so let's get back to you. I mean, as a person.
Would you like to know? I am a person. I have ears. 2 of them, I might add.
Yes, but I doubt myself if I'm a person. I think I'm some entity from somewhere else.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, is it too deep for this show?
No,
Remember,
not
we've got
really.
dumb
No,
listeners.
no.
We've got dumb listeners. We have to talk about Tekashi 69.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Can you play it?
Okay, we're gonna have some questions from some of our residents. Da-da-da. See the reflex. I have to be that Spider-Man boy.
Spider-Man, you know.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but if you do it this way, look, Luna.
Oh, see,
Yeah, she wants to. Yeah.
you could
that's
be.
right.
See,
Yeah.
you've gone from being a star to the roadie. You have to pull them up straight.
Yeah, look.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think she wanted to play. I think she wanted to play something on your reunite with your guitar. Does everyone want to see Atlas reunite with the guitar?
Well, no, I haven't played for a while, so that might not happen. Actually,
It's gonna be
but-
way out of tune. Oh, it's gonna be a double act. You gonna play? Not me, you. Oh, it's. What should we sing, Luna? Waffle Doggy. Okay. Okay. For all the hip hop people in the world, you might have heard all the hip hop songs that's you think's hardcore. You might have heard MOP. You might have heard who else is hardcore? Chris, give me some people. KRS-One. You've heard Rakim. Now you might hear the song that's gonna change it. NWA, forget it. Shall we sing Waffle Doggy? Okay, ready? You hold the guitar and we sing it together.
But you
Okay.
have to show us how to play Waffle Doggy though, so we can sing Waffle Doggy.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be able to play properly. It's gonna
This is
get
a
messed
song from CBB. Are we under copyright restriction for singing this song? I don't know.
up. Is it? Where'd you get it from?
CBBS.
No, babes. I'm not going court with them. Imagine, hi, we understand that you've been filming something in
I
this
don't like a
flat.
packer suing me.
And Esther Ranson's there with her pad, like, what the hell are you doing there, babes? You know what I mean?
I don't tell you Teletubbies suing me. Okay. So. Okay. So, as a person,
As a person,
yeah. What keeps you going? What keeps you doing music? What keeps you passionate about it?
gosh.
Many people have stopped doing it.
I suppose it depends why you do it.
When
really.
I'm cleaning windows.
Do you know how to play that?
No. I don't have to play anything. I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to present.
Nah, it's a lovely time. I'm having a lovely time.
I know this is a generic question, but I have to ask it. But, we listened to a few of your songs before you came. We didn't want to have them on as you walked in because that might be a bit awkward.
Nah, it's a bit like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But,
then there's like...
serious question. Wherever I go, loved it. But what's your kind of musical influence? Because I know when you speak to artists, you can try and compliment them by saying, it reminded me of this, reminded me of that. I don't want to go there. I want to hear from yourself.
Got so many. Santana, probably.
Carlos Santana.
Yeah, a lot of the early Santana stuff, from sort of from the first album to about maybe mid '70s. You know, Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, Marvin Gaye. From the early Motown days to the end. Prince, Rick James.
Oh, Rick James.
You know,
Super freak.
Yeah, you know,
Definitely hear Prince.
all those kind of, all those things. A lot of crossover artists actually, and then also I quite like arrangers like Henry Mancini, people that did all the sound, film soundtrack, Pink Panther,
Yeah.
all the westerns.
Yeah, but what's the guy? Mario Creone. The one who did the spaghetti westerns.
You know, all the west, just soundtrack,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
just
Scores.
scores, film scores. Henry Mancini, you know, I love all that kind of. Nelson Riddle, I really like, who did a lot of stuff with. He worked with all the singers back then in the 60s, Frank Sinatra. Everyone did an album with Nelson Riddle.
Yeah.
'Cause he was just a beautiful arranger, you know. It's just like, so I like sort of arranging like instruments as well, but also crossing over styles, like taking a bit that's what is rock, what makes a tune a rock tune, and be able to take that bit out of that to what makes a tune a funk tune, and then what happens if you if you mash it up together?
Yeah. Yes.
No,
The song Wherever I Go. I've been listening to that song this week. I feel like it's helped me in the same way that Tracy Chapman helps me. You know what I mean?
nice. That's
You know what I mean? But to you, I don't know if is it just a song, just lyrics, or is it?
No, I think they're experiences before they become songs. You know, something
Yeah.
happens.
I know sometimes songwriters don't like to
know.
talk about their songs in terms of like what it means to them. But
Yeah, I think it has to. Once you've recorded it and finished it, it has to not mean anything to you because it's not yours at that point.
it means something else to
It's,
other
you give it
people.
to
It's
everyone else to
interpreted.
do whatever happened. You know what I mean?
But where was you when you wrote it? Do you remember?
I was in London. I was living on the Mozart estate. Yeah, I do remember where I was, and I was having a really crap time, but it was a good song. Didn't matter. You don't mind having the crap time if you can get a few good tunes out of it. If there's no
Exactly.
good tunes out of it, something ain't right.
No, well, that's what's supposed to go
Do you know what I
down.
mean?
So
It's not- that's not-
listen, it's like a good song is like a lotus flower. I say a lotus flower is supposed to be one of the most beautiful flowers created, but it's created in the mud, the deep mud. So it's like something so beautiful from the dirt. So the dirt is almost like the sorrow. So you have to get to the sorrow to find the beauty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that song
I
is the
agree with
beauty
that.
from the sorrow. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you should be wearing like a red rose
Was that too deep for sure?
and, you know, it's a bit like Kung Fu now. He's going matic now. He's going like, we have to breathe to deal with the sorrow in
So
the past.
that song's there. You know what I mean? And
No,
then-
for real,
yeah.
it's true. It's true. But I think you have to, once you've written the song, you've got to just.
Yeah, pull it away. It becomes a
not,
child.
It's not yours at that point.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So you know.
Yeah, because I've had
Yeah.
I've had songs. I
It's,
remember I had a song called Oompa Loompa, Seriously, if I'm a rapper. And
No, to be fair, it's a tune. You're not laughing.
yeah, it was crazy. You know what I mean?
No, that's a good tune.
Yeah, that's crazy. You can check it out too. And there was a lyric on there because you don't need a gold. I said you don't need a golden ticket like Charlie to come to the party. And some people actually thought that Charlie meant cocaine.
Right.
And I wasn't even thinking about that, but to them it meant that. And I didn't want to correct them because I thought, well, if that's what it means to you, then
Yeah.
it's your baby. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
At that point, it is.
yeah, so I understand sometimes you don't want
definitely.
to explain the lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But like, did it help you to write it? That song.
yeah. Well, it helps to write any of the because you get rid of something that
You felt like it was
doesn't
cathartic.
need to be a part of you anymore. That
Yeah.
sounds really weird, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
have you got a song in your catalogue that you'd say that's the song that when you perform you think that's the song that you think that is the song that represents me, or that's the song that I love performing because it just makes me feel me. You know what I mean? Like, I've got
Yeah,
some
I
songs
think-
that I love to perform because it's almost like that's my introduction to
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
To the
think
world.
so. But then I also think whatever attachment you have to those tunes, that changes like over time. You know, the more experiences that you have, you're not the person like with some of it. If you don't recognise yourself because you've
Yeah,
come
you're
maybe so
disconnected.
far or evolved away from it,
But
you almost can't relate to it in a way. You know.
But
because-
in a time, yes. But in a song that's fresh that you've written and you've just recorded maybe a few months ago, you're still
Yeah.
going to be feeling them thoughts because that inspired you to feel them.
I guess so. Yeah.
Sometimes even the thoughts that you had 10
Yeah.
years ago, you still feel them thoughts, but because society maybe changed you into maybe thinking a different way, but that person's still there because you wrote it for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you can
Yeah.
sort of channel into that person that you was when you was maybe 16 or when you was maybe just a few weeks ago when you was angry at
Yeah,
or
yeah,
sad
yeah.
at. You know what I mean? But what makes you feel happy in music now? What makes you, I mean, what is it that makes you feel like, okay, I want to do this and this is me and I'm enjoying this. I'm not supposed to be working in the bank. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to be civilized.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's weird because I almost feel like it's irrelevant what my relationship is to it now because what I've realised is that, you know, we just change as people. We change. You know, it's that an ongoing like whatever our timeline is, however long we're here for, we change. So once we get attached to one idea of ourselves, suddenly it's like, well, shit, I'm not that anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like, well, what was so? You know, you almost I don't know. You got to let go of that and just kind of. For me, what I love about music is that you know you can never do the same thing twice.
Exactly.
Whether it's performing or recording, even a take when you do a demo and you go right, we did this demo and we did it exactly right. And what can happen is you go in trying to re-record that, what's the word I'm looking for? Reproduce it.
It becomes mechanical.
And it's a moment you're trying to get
Yeah,
that it's gone.
yeah.
You can't. It's gone.
Chasing the dragon.
And, you know, so it's just an evolving thing. I think you have to. You know, there's no arrival point with these things. There really isn't. It's just for me. I think it's amazing at the moment, even though it's like the question of like how do musicians make money. Technologically, it's amazing what's happening because everybody has a platform to be able to make a tune and put it out there.
Exactly, and just do it
You know,
independently.
and end up working with people that might not ever meet. Like with session playing, that's what happened. Is suddenly you didn't have to go to a studio and meet the band and get on with everyone and learn the tune and send it. Now you can sit at home in your little onesie. You know what I mean? Your little onesie. Yeah, make the tune, send the man of the tune or have dab, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thanks for the nice one.
The one thing
PayPal,
that doesn't teach you though as a musician is how to perform them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's something
Exactly.
you want to do.
A decade making the best music in the studio, get in front of
Yeah.
people.
exactly.
So how as an artist, how do you make that transition from recording your music to performing?
Well, you got to get out there and just play. You got to get a band. The first thing you're going to have that's going to be mad is a band. It's like looking for a partner. You got to find the right combination of people
Chemistry.
with the right chemistry that can something magical can happen. It's like wow, we're creating something, you know. And that's it's discipline. I think a lot of people don't realise what the discipline. If you're going to play anything well, you have to spend. Like when I first started playing, I was practicing like 8 hours a day. Because I was playing with people
you
that
gotta
had
be
been playing a lot
disciplined.
longer than I had, so I had to catch up.
Yeah.
And that really pushed me. I was like, shit, man, these people are bad. They sound good, you know.
yeah,
You know, anyone doing like, the man sound good, you know, in the studio.
Listen,
when you start, you're not really quite.
It's
I
hard,
thought,
yeah.
you've got to learn that. But that took a long time for me to the discipline, and suddenly I wasn't going out. I wasn't seeing my mates, and they're like, "What happened to you?"
No, but one thing I have to say, Atlas is discipline because I've worked with Atlas and I realised you can't mess around when you're with Atlas in terms of listen, we're on it.
No,
You
you've
know what I
gotta
mean? And I like
do
that
it.
because I like
gotta do it
productivity. You know
properly.
what I'm saying?
You know.
So what are you working on at the moment?
I'm working on some mashups at the moment.
Yeah?
Some mashups. I'm
Explain.
just chopping up loads of old disco tunes and funk tunes and
Yeah.
trying to house them up
Yeah.
a bit. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Because what we were saying earlier about you come more from that school of samplers and drum machines.
Yeah.
I came more from the instrumental side.
Yeah.
And I realised I
That's
didn't
why I
know how
love
to
to
work
work
with
with
sampler. And I was like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. And that's why I've got to work with musicians. It's even harder
Yeah,
because
but then I had to
musicians.
buy a sampler
yeah.
and learn it like an instrument. I had to sit with that every day for like a year, and it wasn't until about a year into it that you get past all the technical stuff of remembering and muscle memory to actually being creative with it and going, oh, I'm going to try something else. And
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? But
It was different the other way. Yeah, it was different the other way around because when you come from a beat and you know the beat, you know it's not gonna change. But when you got live musicians, all of a sudden they want to ding 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 ding, and you think, oh crap, it takes you off bar if you're not ready, if you're not versatile with the lyrics. And working with people like you who are musicians helped me to kind of flow differently as a rapper.
Yeah.
Able to kind of like have different melodies within my voice. I mean,
course.
so I thank you very much for that.
that's
and the
lovely.
development
Well,
you
you're
gave me.
probably one of the first rappers I worked closely with.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most of the bands that I was, you might have a rapper that did sections of a tune, but it was mainly people singing or like an instrumentalist or whatever, or like a group of singers, harmonies and stuff like that. So
Well, it's never going to be long enough, I mean, to talk to you because I feel like we're going to have to have a part two, you know what I'm saying, for real.
we could have a part two.
You know what I'm saying, for real. You know what I'm saying, you're a family anyway, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I've had a lovely time.
Yeah, and before we go, I'd like to say we've been munching on some of these cakes, I mean, from
try one of these. Lovely.
Juicy Lucy's. They're coming quick, please smash it on camera anyway. So Juicy Lucy, you want to shout? Yo, yeah, I mean, Juicy Lucy. Where can we get this? Have you got a website?
I've got a website, but it's not alive yet. So.
Okay, we'll let them know when it's alive, you know what I mean? When we're alive, we'll let them know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, people, thank you everybody for turning up. You know what I mean? I've got my boy Luke in the house who made this possible, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've got Luna, Ray! You know what I'm saying? I've got my girl Julie from France.
Julie.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, man. Tired now, time for bedtime. It's been a long day. I've got John in the house. Thank you, John. I've got Chris. I've got Amina. I've got Kane. And I've got Fanan. Earlier on I had Oski Brown. Who else came around here and left? Yeah, Oski Brown. Jazz Casino. Yeah. It's been a wicked day. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much. Listen, everybody check out a legend. I'm not just using a legend in the sense of because my friend. I'm talking about, listen,
You're very kind.
you've taught me a lot, you know what I mean?
You taught me a lot too, my good friend.
You know what I mean? You're always going to be my bro. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Atlas Corsini. Big up.
Hi Luna, how we doing?
I'm eating for food tonight.
And everything good?
I'm in Amsterdam.
Or something from one human being can be taken out to give energy unto another human being. Right? Another human being. That's why when you ask for your signature, they're taking something from you. So X signature used to be an X. Signature. What is signature? How do you spell signature? Break it down to two syllables. S-I-G-N, sign. And then N-A-T-U-R-E, nature. So sign nature. So every time you sign something, you're signing over your nature. Alright?
See you later. Goodbye. I'll call you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. That was nice.